What's up, metal brethren? This is Scott One here, coming at you live from the dungeon with the very first album review on this here endeavor of mine called Scott Metal Dungeon. Um, Before I get into the album, I'm going to go ahead and just give you a little breakdown about my review system. It's going to be on a 5-point scale. No need for a 10 or a 100 like other channels. So I'm just going to keep it simple, keep it basic, talk about a few things, keynote certain tracks that I like, and maybe give you a little background on the band if you like. Um, with that being said, here we go. The first album that I'm going to review is an album called Cult de Hasis by the band Acheron. Came out last year on Listenable Records, and one thing about this record that kind of surprised me is the fact that two people, two channels out of all of YouTube reviewed this record, and they weren't very good reviews, if I may say. But I'm going to go ahead and give you also a little background about the band. Fronted by a guy called Vincent Crowley. He's a bit of a charismatic figure, kind of a gimmicky cat if you really want to get into it. I think he's kind of a gimmicky joke, but the music speaks for itself. He's a bit of a controversial figure from the early 90s, really bashed on the church and just, anything Christian. That being said, let's just go ahead and get into the review so we can just get that shit out of the way. Of course, the album's called Cult de Hasis, and it was honestly, if you go back and listen to some of the stuff that this band has done, this is the most polished and most well-produced stuff of their entire catalog. And I mean, that's not saying a whole lot, but I dig it. I don't honestly have a physical copy of it. I just kind of stumbled across it one day on a certain digital music site that will remain nameless. Um, Paid the $10 for it and was like, wow, the album art on this just kind of grabbed me like right off the bat. It's really super cool fucking album art, man. So I was like, hey, listen to a few tracks, and I was like, pretty decent. That being said, like nobody reviewed this, it seems like, and for good reason. They're kind of really underground band. They're kind of, like I said, very gimmicky. The guy comes off as kind of like a mixture of Anton LaVey meets Hitler, kind of. He's got a lot of iron crosses and whatnot tatted on him, so, he's probably into Nazism, but, neither here nor there. Um, Another thing I like to add is the guitar work by this band is just really really good. I just was really surprised and taken back by the whole packaging of this album, man. Just everything just sounds really crisp and clean. Some standout tracks probably Satan Holds Dominion, Rapture to Divine Perversion, Whores and Harlots, Devil's Black Blood. Just really cool song titles, and actually, a lot of good songs on the record. Um, Take away the gimmicky aspect of this band, I mean, there's a lot of potential. I definitely think this is the best thing in the entire Acheron catalog, which, some of you guys are going to be like, who the fuck are Acheron? Well, check them out. And the album to check out would definitely be this one. It's called Cult de Hasis. It's on Listenable Records. And I'm just going to go ahead and rate this bitch right now. And I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Um, yeah, that's it. First review done, down in the annals of the dungeon history, if you want to say. If you like what I have to say, go ahead and subscribe, comment, tell me I'm full of shit. Whatever you want to do. That being said, keep it metal, brethren. Later on.